Good morning and welcome to your daily morning horoscope for Tuesday, February 17th, 2026 Aries. Are you feeling psychically or mystically inclined today? You might want to read about such matters or attend a lecture or workshop given by someone in the field. Telepathic communications are coming your way, so don't be surprised if more than one during the course of the day and any others say the same thing at the same time. You might experience a powerful kinship with people from the past, so please be open to it. Taurus, you're usually a very practical and down-to-earth person, but today you may be one inclined to usual mysticism. Spiritual matters even extremely appealing, and you could find yourself gravitating toward metaphysical bookstores or seeking discussions with people who are well-versed in such matters. You also find your imagination working overtime, so indulge in a few fights of fantasy. We all need to escape from reality. Gemini, group activities involving meditation, psychic or spiritual topics or artistic pursuits are probably very appealing to you right now. This is the perfect day to start a class or attend a lecture on such subjects. You could meet some interesting people who become close friends, and you're likely to feel a psychic bond with everyone you meet today, and you're likely to get the feeling that your life has changed for the better. Cancer, you're normally a very intuitive person, and today you may experience clairvoyance that could rival Jean Dixon's. You could be feeling especially attuned to the planes and the dreams that are powerful and vivid. Use the messages you receive to inspire creative pursuits. Try your hand at painting, music or poetry. You might not only be amazed by the results, but learn even more from the work itself. Leo, your imagination is flying high today and your interest in mystical and metaphysical matters are at an all-time high. You could find yourself strolling through New Age bookstores, travel to distant places that may seem especially appealing, and you might dream to fly to India, Israel, Egypt or Ireland. This is all wonderful as long as you stay grounded. Plan a trip if you can. Join a meditation group. Just go with the flow. Virgo, some wonderful news concerning money and career matters could come your way. Your natural kindness and sympathy for others has led you to make some good friends who are also valuable business contacts. This is definitely paying off and your aesthetic sense is at an all-time high. So this is a great day to start any creative projects that you have in mind. Success is definitely coming your way. Libra, a minor conflict with a romantic partner in the morning is likely to end with a tearful reunion that is much of resonance by mid-afternoon. The end of the day could find the two of you planning a romantic trip abroad, even down to restaurants you want to try. Discussions of spiritual or psychic matters could also bring you closer together. All in all, it's a tumultuous but romantic day. Scorpio, your intuition, imagination and insight have served you well on the job and should pay off soon. A raise, commission, or perhaps a chance to invest in the company could be offered to you. Your self-esteem will definitely receive a boost. You might also find that you're growing even more intuitive than usual, and people are looking up to you because of it. Give yourself a pat on the back because you deserve it. Sagittarius, you can count on a very idyllic and romantic day today. You're feeling especially warm and sensual, and you tend to view the partner in your life through rose-colored glasses. He or she is very likely to regard you in the same way, and if you've been longing for a dinner for two, complete with champagne, candlelight and roses, this is the day to go for it. Capricorn, someone who is a student of natural healing may come to visit you and share some ideas today. You tend to be interested in matters concerning health, and you might want to learn about only with herbs and nutrition, but also spiritual healing. This is a good time to train your own healing abilities, as your sensitivity is high and you're more able than usual to tune into those healing energies. Aquarius, books and movies may inspire you to get involved in artistic activities. Your aesthetic sense is very high today, and you may be drawing your inspiration from the higher realms. You might want to stroll through an art gallery or museum and try to make sense on the feelings from the past. A warm and loving letter or phone call could come from a romantic partner, elevating your mood even more. Pisces, you could be feeling a bit flushed today and therefore you might decide to do a little work on your house. This is more likely to be redecorating than any major repairs, as you're more into beauty right now than practical matters. Your aesthetic sense is very high, inspired from the higher realms, and therefore decorating decisions you make today are likely to be beautiful, so please go for it. This has been your daily morning horoscope for Tuesday, February 17th, 2026. Do have yourself a great and wonderful day.
morning. Hi, happy Tuesday. All you good? Listen, it's Tuesday. Carnival still going on in Trinidad, Dominica. A lot of Lucians over there. We minding their business, right? Well, Carriacou Carnival as well. That's Carriacou. This is the Isle of Grenada. So a lot of things is happening, a lot of excitement. But come tomorrow, it's going to be Ash Wednesday, so you know what time it is. There's so much things I want to attack right now, but you know what? I'm going to pace myself. Let's go on over to the news department first, and then we'll be back.
Good morning. Time now for the news. My name is Timothy Polio. The Royal St. Lucia Police Force has probed into a homicide at La Pointe, Monrepo. On Sunday, February 15, 2026, at about 12:07 a.m., police officers attached to the Micoud police station responded to a report of a stabbing at Parish Drive, La Pointe, Monrepo. Initial reports indicate that one male victim was discovered with an apparent stab wound. The victim was pronounced dead on the scene by a medical practitioner and has been identified as Jamel Jones of Parish Drive, La Pointe, Monrepo. Investigations are continuing into this incident, and a postmortem is scheduled for a later date. Anyone with information regarding this incident is asked to contact the Micoud police station at 456-3670. Alternatively, anonymous tips can be provided by dialing 555, that's the crime hotline, or by utilizing the RSLPF crime hotline application, which is available in Google Play Store. After nearly a year on the run, a Dennery man is now in police custody and facing a murder charge in connection with the killing of his own brother on Friday, February the 13th of 2026 at about 3:30 p.m. Police officers attached to the Dennery police station and the Richford police station received information that Eric Ford of Montego Bay, Olean, a suspect in connection with the murder of his brother Augustus Ford on February 23rd of 2024, had been spotted in the Olean Dennery area after months of evading law enforcement.
Don't have no fear now, because before I had fear I could go in my garden by myself. Now I can go in my garden by myself. I really appreciate what the police did for me, and I really appreciate that.
On Monday, February 16, 2026, Eric Ford was formally charged with the offense of murder and was remanded to the Port Lake Correctional Facility. The development has brought renewed hope and a sense of closure to a family that has lived through months of grief and uncertainty. At its 112th sitting, the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank Monetary Council showcased a blend of steady financial stewardship and a forward-looking ambition, charting a course that aims to safeguard the region's economic stability while setting the stage for a decade of growth and prosperity across the Eastern Caribbean Currency Union.
Backing ratio stands at 99.5%, well above the statutory minimum of 60%. Very commendable. July 26 will mark the 50th anniversary. Foreign reserves total, in going back a bit, the foreign reserves total stands at EC $5.83 billion. In light of stable domestic conditions and moderating global inflation, the Council agreed to 1. Maintain the minimum savings rate at 2%, and 2. Maintain the discount rate at 3% short-term and 4.5% long-term.
The Council is required to convene at least twice a year to review the financial pulse of the Union and provide policy directives to the Bank. The meeting underscored a familiar balance for the region's policymakers, protecting stability today while planning ambitiously for tomorrow. Over the Valentine's weekend, officers of the St. Lucia Fire Service responded to a series of emergency incidents across the island involving vehicular collisions, trauma, and alleged assaults. On Friday, 13th of February 2026 at about 11:30 p.m., the fire service attended a motor vehicle incident in Otsa where a vehicle veered into a house. No fatalities have been reported.
On arrival at the scene, the occupants of the home were present and uninjured. With an adult male, the driver of the vehicle, found seated at the roadside. An assessment revealed trauma to his head. He was treated, then transported to a medical facility for advanced medical care.
On Saturday, 14th February at about 5:30 p.m., officers responded to a collision involving a pedestrian on Jeremy Street, Castries. Assessment revealed a deformity to the lower part of the victim's body.
On arrival at the scene, an adult male was found seated at the roadside. An assessment revealed a deformity to his left lower extremity. It was reported that he was struck by a vehicle. He was treated, then transported to a medical facility for advanced medical care.
Authorities are urging residents to exercise caution on the roads as investigations continue into the incidents. And that's the news. Thank you so much for watching. Join us at noon for our next news major, the Lunchtime Report. I'm Timothy Polion. Good morning.
Right. Thank you, guys. Let's take a break. We'll be back. This is one of the NGOs that we have become very close with because we appreciate what they're doing. We understand the vision, and they have been putting in some really good work. I have spent some time with them as well as a big sister. Yeah, you can't help it. You just, the thing is there is happening, and you just don't have a choice but to really rope into the whole thing because you're seeing the results of the initiatives. So Safe Spaces Consultancy is at it again, and this time around they are going to be holding a parenting conference, and I think this is something that is quite needed in our times, in these times. So I guess yeah, it is something to look forward to. Let's get the details. Right. Well, we have adopted them as well. I have adopted them. We as DBS have adopted them. Morning Show have adopted them because the work that they do is extensive. It's valuable, and they are committed. You see, that's the most important part right there. Have people that start things and they're not committed. They start things and say, well, I'm doing something. But when you see people who follow through and it becomes part of their life, it's more than just lip service. We definitely support that. And we are going to be on board regardless because they are definitely meaning what they are saying. Right? Putting their money where their mouth is. Natasha Pascal here, the founder of Safe Spaces in Lucia, and Ninja, listen. Jonathan, in the capacity of Jonathan, Ninja has been definitely an advocate and an active mover and shaker in terms of uplifting and pouring back into the community and young people, and his work speaks for itself. He has gone on to do a number of courses to ensure that he don't just do this and to make sure you understand this is serious and he's taking it serious. I remember about how much of them you have down, Ninja? About 21. About 21 courses, along that line, volunteerism and so much more. So these are people who are definitely serious about what it is that they preach. Natasha, we've got the Parenting Summit that is coming on up. Of course, we have the Big Sister program under the Safe Spaces. We've been on the morning show, but just for insight, just briefly run through that again, and then we're going to come to the summit and what we're expecting.
Okay, Safe Space Consultancy is all about creating programs with young people in mind. So, as Maureen said already, we've been here quite a number of times to promote our Teen Girls Summit, which we have on about 3 years now. And out of that Teen Girls Summit now, we actually have a Big Sister mentorship program where women from various capacities, various places in the island actually commit their time once a month to mentor and guide young women in this nation.
Nice, wonderful. So we've got the Parenting Summit coming up because you have identified that this goes hand in hand, and you can't have a conversation concerning youth if we're not engaging on the parental level as well. So is that the first of its kind we're going to be having? The first of its kind. Yeah. Tell me about it and tell me how Jonathan fits into the whole scheme of things. I want to make the link right now because we need to know what we're working with.
Okay. So the Parenting Summit, which will be held on March 21st, 2026, it's theme Parenting with Purpose in the 21st Century. Ninja, well, I've known him for a while, long before, all of this was happening. And because he's, of course, as you rightly said, because he's an advocate for the youth, we came together, had conversations, and realized that we are in alignment with what we want to see turn around in this nation. Yes. So the summit now is held just for parents of both boys and girls. So there's no gap. It's not only for mothers and not only for fathers. We want all parents to come in to this free event to just build on their spiritual, emotional, and physical capacity, to get experiences, to get guidance from professionals, and experiences from other parents in the room, to share what's happening and how we can work together to just build a brighter and better St. Lucia.
Right. Now, Jonathan, that is where you're coming in now. Welcome, Happy New Year, everything in one. Happy birthday, Valentine's, everything, you get it. Right. You and your passion, we mentioned it. We know what you're going to. How does collaborating with this initiative, how do you see yourself and what do you plan to bring to the space? What are you passionate about bringing to that space?
Well, as Tasha said, that we aligned, we properly aligned in terms of the work we do. And it's not now we know each other. And as you said earlier, I've been to all the schools in terms of teaching the children how to understand what is emotional intelligence, conflict management, spiritual intelligence, and social intelligence. So right now, it's my phase 2 in terms of to reach out to the parents. So since Tasha said that she's doing a parenting summit, we decided to tag along, so I could share some of my expertise with her, and she could send some of her expertise with me as well. And for us, well, we want to teach the parents how to cope with children, because if you realize the level of crime and the rising of crime in our country, a lot of people tend to ask, like, why the kids so and why the kids acting in a certain way. But unbeknownst to them, that all them things happen from the home, because especially when it comes to bullying, people tend to know like where bullying comes from and where it originated from, and it's from the home. So we want to teach the parents how to speak to our youths, how to speak in front of the youths, what we tell them before they go to school, because it's like when you tell a child something before you go to school, it's like you're conditioning his brains. For example, when I go to all the schools, I ask them, how many of your parents tell y'all if somebody hit y'all to hit them back? And every school child raise their hand, because every parent tell the child, but if somebody knock you, knock them back. Or by extension, there are parents that say, si teacher, do one year, the teacher, pas fait me venir l'école like a kutla. And when you tell the youths and them that, you're giving them strength over the teachers, because the teachers is almost like a surrogate parent. They're responsible for your kids when they're at school, when the parents are at work. And there's so many different angles that we could teach the parents, because we're also going to be with different guests as well, Dr. Gillard, right. Guest speakers as well, Dr. Gillard and some other Dr. Tasha. Yeah, we want to tackle the trauma of things, you understand, because there are a lot of people in our society that do not understand what capital T trauma is in regards to our young men and our young women. It's almost like the society teaching us to be immune to trauma or to ignore trauma, when trauma is a natural thing, is a human nature thing, and we cannot hide from that. When it comes to the young boys, when they see they don't have no mothers, no mother figure around them, so because mother have to go to work and the child is being raised by a tablet, you find a lot of promiscuity in our young boys, and they find like that is something that's cultured. It's not cultured, it's a disease. Even the traumatized young women and young parents, you understand, they traumatize in the sense of verbal abuse, sexual abuse, mental abuse, emotional abuse, and they've been taught to ignore that trauma. Now, there's a lot of coping mechanisms that's happening, that's taking place around us, and we're not seeing the problems, you're not seeing the underlying issues in them problems. When you see women sleeping with other men that looks like their father or that have father figures, that's a coping mechanism. And we don't have nothing in place to show or to tell people where to go to get the right treatment or to get some kind of soulagement. You understand? Yeah. So hence the reason why we're having this parents meeting, to teach the parents, the young parents, the grown parents, experienced parents, how to deal with their kids. You understand? It's not what your parent teach you. Sometimes what your parent teach you before might be the wrong thing because they did not understand the situation. So we there to bring that kind of guidance to the society.
Wonderful. Well, sounds like we're all in for a wonderful day. It's going to be an all-day affair.
It's going to be an all-day affair. We start out with the guest speakers. Dr. Apostle Rochelle Graham is coming in. We're going to do the spiritual aspect where we teach people how to pray, how to understand the spiritual realm. For guidance for our children. We have Dr. Gillard, as he said, tapping into the emotional side of things. We also have the two physicians, a husband and wife pair, who's also the doctor. The female is also a big sister in our program. The Prospers would be coming in the morning. In the afternoon, we're also going to have panel discussions. What we are also going to do is aim to get the police involved as well. And in the afternoon, we're going to separate. Let the mothers go with the mothers and the fathers go with the fathers so that they can have a deep discussion. And then we can bond, we can connect to see, okay, this is what's really happening to me. So in the morning, we have everybody together, a whole bouillon. And then in the afternoon, people, you can spread out now and say, okay, let's tap into this thing now. What is really affecting you? Because, sometimes people don't want to speak in a general thing.
Yeah.
But if they separated in a closer, knit, then they get the answers that they need, So we have a whole day affair. It's a free event, so there's absolutely no excuse. It's a Saturday. Parents, one day. It's one day to help all of us, because we are parents. We are going to be getting in the information for ourselves. Don't think we're just doing it to help other persons. We are going to be benefiting from it ourselves.
Solutions driven, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're looking for solutions at the end of the day, so
it's a code meant to bring our nation back to a place where it's supposed to be.
Wonderful. How can we get involved? Because we, of course, numbers wise, we would like to got a cap at some point.
Yeah.
So should we register?
Yes.
How do we do it?
So we register. There's a flyer and a link, but you can contact Ninja Dan or myself, 722-4460. That's me.
Or 728-5824. That's me.
Right. And we're also looking for Corporate St. Lucia to come in to partner with us as well to do this and make this event as grand and as given back to our nation, each household, as best as we can possibly.
Absolutely. Right. And your website again, so if persons want to continue to follow everything that Safe Spaces has been involved in, and they have been in a lot.
SafeSpaceConsultancy.co. You can tap in there. You can also register as well. It's also the link for registration is also there. We've seen the work we've done. We've been here. We've been around. Now we're just collaborating with GSR Enterprise here, our great friend here, to bring in, tap in. Hopefully the men will show up. A lot of women have registered, but fathers, daddy, grandpa,
we're looking forward to
we're
that.
looking forward to
well,
it.
let me extend a heartfelt thank you to the both of you for continuing the challenge. It's taking up the mantle. It's not easy, to take on these non-profit things, It means a lot of challenges and you're doing it out of heart. So I want to say first up, to the both of you for answering your calls in your respective areas, and even more so for, understanding and coming together and collaborating, always looking for innovative ways to continue to make the movement successful.
Yeah.
So thank you to the both of you, and we look forward to March the 21st, isn't it?
Yes,
March 21st. We look forward to it.
All right.
We have this thing, we don't normally say it, but one Caribbean, we really about that life, Well, there's this gentleman, a nice young man. You're going to love him, Honestly, if you meet him, you're going to love him. But, we had the opportunity of connecting with him. He was passing through St. Lucia, just spreading love. He's a musician, he's an actor. And, we just profited the opportunity to have a sit down with him. And we thought you would have enjoyed it as well. So here's the conversation. This is Matthew, Matthew Malcom. It's a yard, You want to know what I'm doing here, yeah? Well, just like me, I got curious as well. So I said, Matthew, what are you doing in Lucia, man? And then we got to break it all down. He's on his way to Grenada for Love Fest.
Yes.
And decided he's going to do a little short tour, and we're happy you did that, man.
Yeah, man.
Matthew, welcome to St. Lucia.
Oh,
your first time?
Yes,
absolutely.
my first time.
Well, here's what now. Just for the benefit of my viewers, let's track back a little bit.
Right.
So they know who they're working with here.
For sure.
You understand? Bob Marley movie. We're talking about tour with the Whalers. We're talking, a lot of things happened on that little belt right there. And we're getting set for an EP.
Yes.
So just backtrack a little bit for me so persons can get a better insight as to what we're working with here. Musician.
For sure.
Give it to me, man.
So music started for me like from 2010. There's a competition back home called All Together Sing, TVJ All Together Sing, and we were like three-time champions of that competition, right? And then, you know, we went on to performing all over Jamaica. We opened up for Celine Dion at Jazz and Blues. We had a group back then, and you know, it's just been like one of those musical journeys that have been up and down, you know, as greats sometimes. All the greats should say. I'm not gonna be like your great prophet. But for the greats that have come before and I've done it, they've all had the story that, yo, it wasn't easy.
Absolutely.
You know, so I've been just living that life, going through that journey, trying to find myself, finding myself, and now having it in a package where it's like, hey, we're putting this now out in the world, you know?
A lot of people got excited about the Bob Marley. You've worked with the Marleys, you've worked alongside. Tell me about what that was like. A lot of young people, a lot of senior people in the industry don't really get that sort of privilege and opportunity.
Hey.
You getting that, what did that do for your career?
Let me tell you, it was a blessing. As you said, like a lot of people live their life doing drama or film, and they've never made it to a point where they could be like, yo, I could sit and watch myself on a Netflix, or I could take my mom to the movie theater to go watch her son. Like, a lot of people can't relate to that. So for me, having no experience in, little, but no, but no experience really in what acting is or film or those type of, you know, feel. For a little youth like me coming from the ghetto, getting that opportunity, I can't see it as nothing else but a blessing, you know? So I didn't take it for granted. I wasted no time. I went into who was this character, which was Seeker Patterson. At that time, I had to go research who he was, how he walked, how he talked, you know, his philosophy, his mindset, like overall him, you know? And that wasn't like an easy thing, but it was worth it because at the end of the day, like, we found tenacity. We found like these people had to go through so much endurance for us to now be here playing their lives, you know? So it was what a beautiful moment, but a touching moment at the same time, you know?
And how does that enhance you now going forward? Because like you said, no exposure. This was your first exposure.
Right.
So now that you've been exposed to that, I mean, is that also something journey-wise, future-wise, you're attempting to continue to pursue along with your music?
Of course. I love film. I love film. I love what it takes to, you know, study somebody, study lines, whatever it is. Like, I love seeing things moving from like start to the end overall. So, you know, when I see film, like, I will encourage more people to get into it, whether it's commercials or anything, drama, poetry, whatever it is. Like, it brings out a different side to your music if you're a musician. You know what I mean? If you're a painter, that would also bring out a different side too. So, you know what I mean? Like, it's a blessing.
Absolutely.
It's a blessing.
No, I'm going to picture you a little bit there.
Yeah.
Coming from that performance, what has the review been like for you? I mean, you look like you put quite a lot into ensuring that you brought that character to life.
Of course.
Was it met the way you expected it to be met?
Yeah, I would say. I mean, everybody came out and did their part, and you know, it was featured in what is big magazines. I think it was Times magazine.
Right.
That wrote that this scene was actually the best scene for the whole movie.
Good job.
You know what I mean? So, like, to be a part of that, not just the movie itself, but to be a part of that scene that these big magazines could be writing about, that's history.
That's right.
You know?
That's right.
So, going forward, what can I say? I'm always,
definitely a platform, a big one at that, to propel where you're heading.
Yeah.
And speaking about where you're heading, you're about to head into is it your first EP?
No, so my first EP was Rebirth, which was like me stepping out and knowing myself a lot more where the music and the message was concerned. But this one now is like a whole new different outlook to Matthew, because it's not just speaking about Matthew, it's speaking about the things that we choose to ignore. You know, as a people, sometimes we rather to focus more on the yo, I need my hair done, I need my this, I need my that, rather than being like, yo, there's true separation happening here in 2026.
Yep. We're in some very, very touchy times, isn't it?
With technology, with all these advancements, it's like, you know, as a young guy, I can't sit here talking about things everybody talking about already, yo, shoes, party, this, the that. Like, you need somebody to create that balance.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Bob Marley was a balance in his time. Peter Tosh was a balance in his time. Dragon, Byron Lee, like, you could think about all these people that has come over the years, pay their respects for the work. You know what I mean? They have left impacts that have transcended the Caribbean and its music worldwide.
Right.
And I'm just taking that journey.
I'm glad
forward,
you went there because, you know, there seems to be a narrative out now. A lot of the young people getting into the art form. And like you said, there needs to be balance. So we're not knocking what the young people are coming with. But in terms of a lot of young people with a misguided notion that to get into this industry in these times and to get the connect, you know, you got to go that route.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's not, you know, it's just the narrative. So they come in with that predisposition that this is where we need to head. And nobody ever explore the other side, which is where you're at, which is, you know, the music is a platform to elevate. The music is a platform to educate. The music is a platform to change narrative.
Yeah.
You know, so how would you advise them? Because you are now reaping the success. You didn't go that route. That everybody seems to think that this is the way to go if you want to make it.
Right.
You know, you went a different path and you didn't suffer for it, for want of a better term. So maybe it's just a myth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like a bamboo fire. Where we're from, we say it's like you can either choose to be a bamboo fire or a ackee tree.
Okay.
Zine? So you can choose to want to be big for like 6 months or a year or 2. But for me, I choose a lifetime. Like, the message needs to be a lifetime. You know, with the people that have inspired my music and the way I move or the way I look at life, we're still listening to their music today.
Absolutely.
I'm in Spain, where people barely talk English, right?
And Bob Marley's.
And listen, you could sing "Stir It Up," and the whole place will be singing with you. You know, so that shows me that music, positive music, is universal. Is a universal language. You see me? Even if you don't understand what I'm saying or I don't understand what you're saying, you understand what I'm feeling.
Absolutely.
And I can relate to what you're feeling.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Hence why I can write certain tune and you can feel a way about certain songs, you know? So it's just for not so much get caught on the I would even want to call it negative too.
The hype,
because
man.
the hype.
The hype.
You see,
Yeah.
I don't want anybody to feel as if, yo, I'm saying your work is negative or anything like that. But at the end of the day, you yourself know it. Like, it's not fulfilling to the younger
Space, yeah.
generation. It's not fulfilling.
Space.
You know what I mean?
You know, for a moment, and then boom.
And then that's that. Yeah. And then you blame your manager, you blame your team, you blame everybody else. But no, you're just not doing work.
That's
that's
longevity.
Longevity, my friend. So
certainly,
you know, like for me, it doesn't matter how long I take to get
the
this
break,
thing.
You know
what I mean? If I get up in the days and I know that my mom, as a Christian, is playing my song,
that's enough.
And my friend who is loading the bus can play my song. Guess what? You know how good I feel to know that I'm bringing 2 different type of people to one type of message.
Absolutely.
So that's my thing, you know what I mean? My thing is not about running down the hype. I don't care for it.
Absolutely.
You know?
The new EP, Utopia.
Yeah.
All right. When is it due? What can we look forward to? What is coming? How many songs on there, by the way?
All right. So we have 6 songs on Utopia, and this is gonna be one of those EP. I can tell you, you're gonna be like, oh, it finished already? All right, play it from the top, because it's not one sound. It's not. It's not
diverse.
It's diverse. It's reggae music, but it's appreciating reggae music on the levels that the world appreciate it on. You know what I mean? Like, where I'm from, we say, oh, we love the dubstep, we love the this. Like, when you go out in the world, yo, reggae music is so huge. Like the one genre transforms into many things.
Yeah.
You know, so it's me paying respects and bringing awareness that reggae music is not just one genre. It's like Afrobeat, and then you have Afro beats.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's one house, but with many different sounds.
Absolutely.
And that's what Rootopia represents.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man.
And it's due when? When is it?
So this is coming out April. I won't give away the exact date. They need to stay tuned.
Well, that being said, how can we follow your movement? Are you on social?
Yeah, man. So TikTok, you could follow me on ONE. That's one Matthew Malcom. And all other platforms, it's so easy. Matthew Malcom JA. That's MATTHEWMALCOLM JA.
Absolutely.
Yes, I.
Mr. Matthew,
Thank you
it was
so
a
much.
pleasure.
Thank you so much for having me.
We hope you come back
Of
sometime,
course,
man.
of course,
Got a
of
lot
course.
of young creators here. I'm sure
Yes,
some
yes.
magic could happen.
Yes, I'd love to link up with. Listen, link up, DM me, producers, artists, videographers. St. Lucia with there. I could just do some things. See?
You may think you just said that to my camera, but you actually spoke to my camera guy who is all of that. He's an artist, he's a producer,
Really?
he's a videographer.
Really?
Yes, very much. The
All
vision
right,
is his name.
all right, all right,
So you see, things are happening
All
already.
right,
Divine,
yes,
yeah?
yes,
Yeah,
yes,
the
yes,
divine is
yes,
happening,
yes,
certainly.
yes.
But big up you, man.
Yes,
Big up on the
thanks for
movement.
having me, St. Lucia.
Give,
Thanks for having
give
me.
my
Thanks
cup,
a
my
lot.
island, my love, man.
Oh my God. Love, love, love.
Certainly.
Grenada will come in.
That's right. Once a week we have to take up the movements a few notches. So Bweels does be a little bit more forceful, and you need that. So here's your accountability partner with BweelzFit Lifestyles again, encouraging you, don't cheat on yourself. Get your bottles of water, your broomstick, whatever it is you need, your home chair, whatever you need to get this workout in. Let's do it.
Good St. Lucia, good morning. Today, we're going to chestify for y'all. You know what's chestify? What's chestify? That's right. We're going to push out the chest to satisfy the nation. Again, so today we're going to work on the chest. Again, we're going to get our blue water bottle. So if the 1.5 is too heavy, you can get your 750 milliliters. Still going to get the job done as long as we take our time to execute the exercise. So make sure you get your mat on your floor. We're going to be lying down for these chest exercises. Let's get it popping. So guys, we're going to show a series of chest exercises that can be done at your home with just your bottles of water laying on the floor. Simple, no big machines, anything like that. We're going to execute the exercise. So the first exercise, but it's going to have a little twist because our legs are going to be slightly elevated. If your legs cannot be elevated, that's fine. You can keep it down or flat across. But for those of us who's a bit advanced, we're going to elevate your legs. So first we're going to go chest press. All right? So we're going to hit the core at the same time, slightly elevated. In that way, we're hitting the chest. The target, the chest has been worked out. Full stretch, we're going 8 reps. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Excellent. Breathe, rest. We're going straight into it. The next exercise, we're going to flies. Stretch your hands out. Now, for regular flies, you go like this. 1, 2. But if you advance, you can spin it in. 3, 4. Or you can mix it up. 5, 6, 7, and 8. Excellent. See, it's no, well actually it's tough. I burn already. But I can afford to burn because it's BweelzFit Lifestyle. Bweels means burn, bwele. So the third exercise, we're going to keep it to our chest. Legs up, I'm going to press up. Let's go. 1, slowly come back down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And again, St. Lucia, remember my legs are elevated because I'm targeting my core at the same time. It can be painful for others, so you can just leave your feet down or stretch it out. Right? So, for the next exercise, we're going to do pullovers. Again, we're going to pull it over. We're going to pull it over. Stretch it out from your chest, straight out to the back, and pull into the chest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2 more, 7, woo, and 8. Excellent. Oh, can I go home now? We're not done yet? All right. So that's about how many? 3 or 4 exercises? Only 3? I thought that was 7 exercises already. Okay. So for the 4th exercise, we're going to alternate the chest press. However, we want it solid, so we want it passing halfway. So when these go up, by the time it's coming down, we want that one going up. All right? Let's go, St. Lucia. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Whew, that was excellent. So remember, that's just one set of each exercise I'm showing you all. However, you can do 3 or 4 sets or 5 sets with the amount of reps you guys so desire to meet your fitness goals. And the last but not least exercise to stretch it out, we're going to hit some push-ups. Stretch it out with some push-ups. So we're going to hit 8 push-ups. Again, if you want to build, you take your time, take it slow, tone a little faster, but get the job done. Remember, if you have carpet at your home, you don't want your face down, you don't want to breathe in the dust. So you keep your head forward. All right? Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Notice my body is flat and my bum is not in the air, protruding out. Keep it flat, go down and come up, ahead. Remember, by the time you take your time to execute your exercise, your results are guaranteed. Remember, stay focused. Good morning.
Right, well, later on today is going to be the final or the wrap-up of the physical leg of the battle relay, and that happens in Central Castret, so you know the buzz is going to be on. Listen, I live in my workplace again and I just follow the battle. I forget how work to do. Linda, that ain't for you. That is RCI does leave. I'm just saying, but it's on again, so you know what? The buzz and excitement is going to be on. If you're in the area and you can get involved, well, please do that. You understand? So we look forward to that happening later. Now, a gentleman walked up to us this morning and he said, well, what did he say again? He said, attraction. I can't remember what it is. He said something. You're going to get it. Hold on. I'm going to get it for you. He said something. Jaden took it down. So listen, I need to share this because I want your opinion on it. He said, the power of attraction makes law take a temporary break. He was complimenting me, but he said that. I'm not sure if I want to laugh, cry, or I don't know. What's your thought? I'm not sure I subscribe to that, but you know what? The sad part is maybe he's correct, you know. Maybe our psyche. Anyways, I hope not. Have a good and a blessed day. I will look forward to you again tomorrow right here for another DBS.